Hey Divas, how are you? So I have my ombre eye. That's the quick little tutorial that I'm going to show you here. Yeah, I know I always film my intro and exit in portrait, and my walkthroughs I'm doing in landscape now because that's the way you're supposed to do them, I guess. I just feel funny doing this, and you can see there's a block of wood behind me, yes, and not being able to see myself because I have to look over here. So portrait it is. Anyway, any of the unique products that you'd like to purchase from the video, you can get by going to lashloveaurelia.com. If you have any questions, just let me know. So here I am before having applied any actual eyeshadow. I've already put primer on my eyes and NYX dark circle concealer and some regular concealer and powder, and I'm going to use two eyeshadow products. My Moodstruck Addiction number 3 palette from Unique, and then I'll use Urban Decay later. We're going to start with the very lightest pink there in the middle, and I'm going to put that more concentrated under the eyebrow, and I'm going to use this all over my entire eye to give it a nice smooth surface. Well, with my eyes, I have hooded eyes and a lot of loose skin there from all the weight loss and age, so I'm going to give it as smooth a surface as I can to work with. Yeah, I'm going to use the Fluffy Deluxe brush to apply that with, all over the entire lid. And the next thing that I'm going to do is go in with a transition color, that lighter matte purple there. And this I'm going to place above my natural crease from outside corner to inside corner. This is your transition from the super light moving into the darker colors, and it's going to help give a lifted appearance to the eye and create a false crease, because I have hooded eyes where my upper lid area covers my entire mobile lid. So if I were to just put shadows on the mobile part of my eye, nobody would ever see it. So now I'm going to use Tickled, that's the pink color, and I'm going to go right over top of that. And I'm also going to bring this all the way down to the lid. These are initially matte colors. And a little disclaimer, if you have hooded eyes, monolid eyes, older, crepier skin, or droopy, saggy skin like I do, you should always use matte shadows instead of shimmers or glitters. Anything with a shimmer or glitter in it is going to catch the light and highlight any fine lines and wrinkles that you have. That being said, I'm a bit of a rebel. There, did you see that? I'm going to go in with the next darker purple, and I'm just going to go back again right over that false crease. From the outer corner all the way into the inner corner of the eye. Building up these darker colors. The dark colors recede, or at least give the illusion that there's a recession there. So that's what they mean by creating a false crease. And I blend a lot off camera that you don't see. So here I am, going in with this shiny, shimmery, sparkly purple against the rules. And I'm using a crease brush because as the colors get darker, I want to get more concentrated with the area where I apply the darker purples, and I'm going in with this little circular motion. And if you have crepier skin like this, you want to stretch it out as much as you can to get the product into all those little lines and creases. And I concentrate the color towards the outer V and drag that into the inner area without applying any more product to the brush. And we just go in and smooth it out some. And then we're going to go in with Cheeky, that really dark sparkly purple, and I want this to be a fairly narrow and light application, so I'm going in with really small light-handed circles on the outer V there. And again, I'm just going to move the product towards the inner eye without applying any more shadow. And now I'm going to work on the false cut crease. I'm using the matte black from that palette, and I'm going to draw a line with this black shadow. Basically, when you look straight ahead, eyes open, you still want to be able to see this line, and you still want to be able to see the dark shadows. Huh, TV show. I've tried the dot method, but because my eyes are so crepey, it really doesn't work out for me. I have to use a line and draw the skin tight. And then we're going to go in and blend. Now this is a new, I've always blended just holding the brush however I held it. And I've learned that to blend your colors and shadows, you need to hold the brush closer to the end, farthest away from the brush part of the tool. This will make it so that you can't apply too much pressure. Now it's awkward for me, because it's a new technique for me, and I'm not used to it yet, so I get a little skippy with it here, but I am intent on doing it the proper way, so I'm sure that the awkwardness of my application will go away eventually. But you see that black got, ooh, Urban Decay, Urban Decay. This is the Moon Dust shadow in the shade Scorpio. Anyway, I'm sure that awkwardness will go away the more I use that technique. But I just want you to see the sparkle in this. Again, matte shadows only, matte shadows only. Disclaimer. But if you couldn't see it sparkle without the light, you can see it sparkle with the light. And I'm just going to use my fluffy brush and apply this towards the outer V of my eye in a fairly light application, because I've already built up quite a few dark colors. And I'll just let any product that's left on the brush drag towards the center without applying more. And I probably should be using the crease brush for this, but I wanted to cover a little bit more area. And naturally, of course, we blend that in some. But again, I don't want to blend it away. I still want, for this particular look, to have a more defined crease where you can see those colors. And here's where we're going to achieve more of that ombre look. Sorry, I thought I was going to do something different next. I'm going to take Peach Lights and apply that under the brow. anytime you apply this lighter shade under the brow, it gives a lifted look, and I was really mad at that brow. It didn't do what I wanted it to. But then I'm also going to use this to heighten the ombre look. You notice I didn't apply any shadows to the lid? That's because we're going to use this to create that ombre. And then on top of that, I'm going to use Golden Lights by Makeup Revolution. This is their Vivid Baked Highlighter. It's a $6 product dupe for, if you've heard of Becca's and Jaclyn Hill, they have a $38 highlighter. This one does an amazing job for a fraction of the cost. And of course, more blending, and you see that I've concentrated the color on the upper part of the eye. And I wanted to clean that up some, but I didn't want to give it a harsh edge, so I just used a baby wipe to clean up some of the excess smudge. You can get more severe and create those harsher edges using different techniques. So now we're going to put some of that highlighter under the eye. The reason I don't want to apply a ton of product under the eye, having either hooded eyes, monolid eyes, droopy eyes, downward turned eyes, lots of loose crepey skin. If you put a lot of product underneath your eye, it's going to give you a very tired and droopy look. Yet we still want to balance it out with some color. So I'm just using the liner side of the brush to apply some makeup there, and then the shader side to smooth that out some. Sorry I'm stuttering a bit, it's 3 in the morning when I'm recording. Now I'm going in with Cheeky, that darker purple, just to give a little more definition. And Hollering at Barking Dogs. I'd already applied it to that side, so I just wanted to smooth it in on both sides a little bit without dragging it down. And this is the liquid liner in the shade Powerful, which is that pretty gray. It's not going to be a harsh liner. I don't want that. I've already got plenty of color. But this color really blends in perfectly with this look and gives some definition to the lids without going overboard. Again, on that upper lid, I don't want to be too heavy because then I will lose any area I have and all you'll see is a big thick liner. But I really do love this color. And then we're going to take those highlighters, both of them, and I start with the peach and I apply that more liberally than I do the golden lights. Just that peach gives a nice soft glow and base. And then with the gold lights right there, I'm more intent, more concentrated with the placement of this one. Applying a lighter shadow or a highlight on the inner area of your eyes will help provide the illusion that your eyes are set a little further apart than they naturally are, and mine are kind of narrow, set narrow, so I want to give that illusion. And there's your final look for the ombre eyes. I hope you like it. I hope you give it a try. So that was how I got the ombre eye. The lighting's not really good out here today. Something on my lip there. Ooh, whatever. I hope you like this look. I hope you try it out. This is a soft cut crease with a smoked out eye and then the ombre effect that we achieved down on the lid. And I know that you guys see all these crazy pictures when you look it up online. You see ombre and they're like purples and blues and really, really sharp and they look like models. My point in doing this is for me and you, everyday girls who just want to look good and feel good, and that's what it's all about. You're gonna feel like a bajillion, not just a million, but a bajillion bucks when you've sat down and done your eyes up similar to this. And you know what? I want to see your pictures. So I'll catch you later.